So, coming from the Times of Israel, U.S. refuelers at Ben-Gurion could ground 2.4 million summer travelers, Regev warns. So, I just kind of think this is curious, it is interesting, it's the rabbit hole I'm going down because I clicked on the wrong thing a couple of weeks ago. But one of the things that I'm kind of interested in is seeing what is going on with the economy in Israel, with the war, and everything else. As I've said many times, right, macro forces are going to affect your career and going to affect your business in very weird ways. And I think we see that playing out in Israel. So I've done a couple of these little posts before, and one of the interesting problems that Israel's running into is that the value of the shekel has increased dramatically compared to the value of the US dollar over the past year. Literally to the point where Wix, so Wix is an Israeli company, basically kind of like a web building company or whatever else, they had to lay off 1,000 employees. Now at the end, they said, and also because of AI, but the big reason that Wix gave for laying off 1,000 employees is simply they said that most of their customers are paying in US dollars. They pay their staff and resources and all that in shekels. And so if the value of the dollar drops by 20% compared to the value of the shekel, all of a sudden they have lost a tremendous amount of financial resources. They haven't really lost money, but they're getting the same amount of dollars in, but when they trade those dollars into shekels, they get a lot more. So they've lost a lot of financial resources simply by the currency exchange rate. And that is the kind of thing that's very weird. And I think we're going to run into a lot of these types of problems basically going into the future, especially, with everything going on the globe right now. And it's something to take a look at. We've talked about this with NVIDIA, like NVIDIA and, is it NVIDIA and Intel? It's NVIDIA and Google. I think it's NVIDIA and Google. Like we did a post talking about this. This is so whack, right? So NVIDIA, I think it's NVIDIA and Alphabet, NVIDIA, Google. They want to pay their Israeli taxes in US dollars because, do remember, Israel's a relatively small country, right? They've only got 10 million people. They're geographically the size of New Jersey, with I do believe it's like half the GDP of New Jersey. It's weird. Like when you talk with Israelis, they make it sound like they're on par with like the United States or China, when they're really on par with half of New Jersey. Anyways, this is really, and this is so weird. This is the modern world to understand. Right, so NVIDIA, and I do believe it's Google, they owe a lot of money in taxes in Israel. So the problem is, right, they're doing their normal business in dollars. So in order to pay Israel in shekels, they would have to do a currency conversion from dollars to shekels. But they need so many shekels. And remember, currency is a market, just like the stock market or the Pokemon card market, right? So the more you buy of something, that's demand, which means the price goes up. And so what NVIDIA and Google are saying is that if they're forced to pay their taxes in shekels, it's going to require them to convert dollars into so many shekels that then that on itself is going to drive up the cost of the shekels and is just gonna create a bit of a nightmare. And this is the kind of interesting stuff to just take a look at and think about, like, oh wow, this is the weird stuff going on in the world, right? And so one of the curious things with Israel is their economy is trucking along. Apparently, dude, I don't know if it's a psyop or misinformation, or maybe it's true. Maybe it's truth, right? But they've been at war with Iran and basically everybody else for the past couple of years now. And one of the big arguments out there is that the economy is doing fine, right? The shekel is going through the roof because everybody wants to buy Israeli stuff. Whatever, it is what it is. So what I think is kind of interesting about this is you start looking at some of the brass tacks. And the problem that they're running into with one of their main airports is that there are so many American cargo aircraft at the airport, there to help protect Israel, I just want to say, right? That is limiting the number of gates that are available for passenger airplanes. And so literally up to 2.4 million summer travelers might not be able to come into Israel this summer because of things like the number of American cargo aircraft that are there, in order to support the war with Iran. It's all kinds of just interesting stuff. And this is where I talk about like macro forces. I remember the first time I heard about credit default swaps, and it made my head hurt. And I went, well, you know what? Talking about credit default swaps makes my head hurt, but it's okay, because why the hell would credit default swaps matter? Found out why they mattered about a year later. So anyways, Transportation Minister Miri Regev warned on Sunday that unless many of the U.S. aircraft parked at Tel Aviv's Ben-Gurion airport are relocated immediately, some 2.4 million plane tickets scheduled for the peak summer months and holiday season could be canceled. In an urgent letter to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Regev cautioned about a, quote, direct economic loss of billions of shekels to airlines, the tourism industry, and the economy as a whole. The current situation will, quote, severely damage Israel's credibility as an aviation destination and may put off airlines that have only recently returned to flying to Israel following the April ceasefire with Iran, she wrote in the letter. Quote, mass flight cancellations for summer vacations and holidays at a time when the Israeli public needs calm and normalcy more than ever will damage national morale and civic resilience. Flight cancellations will be another blow to the public, and responsibility for this will be rightly attributed to the government's inability to provide a solution to a solvable problem. A fleet of about 72 U.S. refuelers and cargo planes is parked at Ben-Gurion Airport as part of the U.S. military buildup in the region due to the war with Iran, according to Regev. In addition, another fleet of 26 American aircraft is stationed at the Ramon Airport in southern Israel. The significant presence of U.S. military aircraft occupying areas at Ben-Gurion has been delaying a full return to normal commercial flight operations at Israel's main international gateway following the U.S.-Israel war with Iran. The congestion at Ben-Gurion is making operations more expensive for local airlines due to parking costs at bases outside of Israel, while limiting the number of flights. Regev sent the letter ahead of the June 16th deadline, when airlines are expected to be informed by Israel Airports Authority that they need to prepare to cancel some of their flights scheduled for the summer peak season starting on July 1st and potentially the high holiday season in September and October. Israel Airport Authority CEO Kedmi last week told news outlet Ynet that without a solution to the parking shortage, quote, every fourth passenger will receive a cancellation notice. So yeah, that's a hell of a thing. Think about a major airport, and every fourth passenger, you're kicked off the plane. You're not allowed to fly out or to fly in. So I don't know. We're going to kind of see how this works out. I apologize, dear Israelis. Dear Zionists, it is so inconsiderate of us. It is so inconsiderate of America parking our military aircraft at your airports and screwing up the summer vacation season for your citizens. That's the problem with Americans, right? That is how selfish Americans really are. That's just a horrible thing. But yeah, it'll be kind of curious to see where all this comes out at the end of the day. One of the things that I've been fascinated with is how tightly NVIDIA still wants to be seen to be partnering with Israel, right? Jensen Huang basically came out, and said Israel and NVIDIA are just peas in a pod. We've seen this with other technology companies, even with the war, even with the ethnic cleansing, even with everything else going on. And so one of the interesting things going forward is just looking at the issues of infrastructure, just looking at the issues of logistics, right? I talked about that with Intel, right? Intel was going to do the largest investment in Israeli history into Israel, build out these fabs, do all kinds of stuff. And the thing is, Intel didn't back out of building all of that capacity in Israel because of ethnic cleansing or because of a war in Iran or because of anything like that. They pulled out of doing all of that in Israel because Intel's a mess. Intel is just a complete and utter mess. And I think that's one of the things we lose track of, especially in this modern social media world, right? With morals and ethics and hypocrisy, right? We really focus on people's like viewpoints and opinions. And one of the things sometimes that gets left out of the equation is just the brass tacks, right? Things like currency conversions, things like gate slots at airports, things like that. And that can be far, far, far more destructive than, things like, the consequences, the social consequences of ethnic cleansing. So yeah, I don't know. I guess we're going to find out what happens with Israel. Dear Israel, dear Israelis, have you thought about Illinois? Have you thought about Illinois? As an American, I'm just saying, I would be completely okay with giving you Illinois. I'm not anti-Semitic. I just think Israel's a bad idea. Israel's not going to work. It's just not going to work out, boys. It's not going to work out, boys and girls. You just gotta. What is the plan B? I don't know. Maybe at this point it's the plan Z. I don't know. So what do you think about this? What do you think about the selfish American taking up landing slots and gates at Ben-Gurion Airport? What do you think about that? Again, with the logic, like the things you don't think, right? Again, you think about like war, Iran and war, and you think about the Iron Dome system, you think about F-35s, and you think about nuclear weapons. Like you think about war, and think about all of these things that you think about. Did you ever think about, where to park cargo aircraft? Did you ever think that might be a bit of an issue, right? That is the fascinating thing about the real world. So anyways, I don't know. Put your thoughts down below. If you like these episodes, do remember they are available on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. Link is down below. If you want to follow me on LinkedIn, there's a link down there too. With that, see y'all later.